delicious, fluffy, golden mashed potatoes. And I'm going to show you how to make them the best mashed potatoes, whether you're having them for Thanksgiving or on Monday. These are going to be garlicky, but delicious. So stick around. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So glad you're here with me again today. We're making garlic parsley mashed potatoes, and they are to die for. We're going to be using some roasted garlic, which we've already done, and I'm going to show you how to do that. These lovely little roasted garlic, smells so good in here, let me just tell you. When you roast your garlic, make sure you roast extra, because this is great just to spread on rolls, buns. Use it like butter. You can flavor almost anything. It's great in salad dressings, but it's even better in these beautiful mashed potatoes. So the first thing we're going to need, obviously, are some potatoes. I'm using some Yukon Gold. That's just what I have. And we're just going to peel our potatoes. No rocket science. Now, if you like to leave your skins on your potatoes, please leave your skins on your potatoes. For this recipe, I'm actually just going to take them off. So, Thanksgiving is coming up. And I'm not sure. So, I'm Canadian, so I get two, because I still celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving, because I'm that way. Now, when you're cutting your potatoes, here's what you need to remember. How fast do you want them to cook? So, if you're not in a hurry, cut them big. If you're in a hurry, cut them small. Obviously, the smaller they are, the faster they cook. Makes sense, right? You want to salt your water a little bit. Again. So now, growing up, I was never really a turkey person anyway, so I was always the side person. My favorite was always the dressing or the stuffing. I never really knew what the difference was between dressing and stuffing until I kind of moved down here, and then I was explained what the difference was, because my parents always used dressing and stuffing kind of interchangeably, that they were the same thing. And then I realized that stuffing was what went inside the bird and dressing was what you served on the side, kind of thing, or you cooked in a different pan. So for me, it was never about, I never really or even ate turkey. So I guess I started early with the whole being a vegetarian thing. But I do like my sides. And so that's what we do now for Thanksgiving. It's all about the sides. I mean, you can get those, turkey loaves and all the other stuff, and some of them are very good. And we do use a few. Okay, so we're just going to give these a quick little rinse, add some water, and then we're going to put them on the stove, bring them to a boil. Pretty simple. Just going to give them a quick rinse. They were pretty clean. All right. Put them on the stovetop. Going to add a little bit of salt. And if you're salt-free, that was a little bit too much salt. Good. We're going to bring those to a boil, and I'll show you how we're going to finish those off. Okay, so we're going to make some roasted garlic. So I'm just going to grab my bulbs of garlic, and this is so super easy and so flavorful. And we're going to use this roasted garlic for our mashed potatoes. But I would suggest making extra because it is so good that everybody's gonna love it. It's great just used on some nice French bread or any kind of bread, actually. I like to use it almost like butter instead of butter, of course. And then if you don't like using tin foil, you can always just put parchment paper down first, but I'm just going to bake this very quickly. So you're going to take your garlic and move it this way. And you're just going to cut off the top of the head of garlic. And move it to the side. Move this. And you can keep all those little buds of garlic and throw that in with your heads, because those are going to cook too. And keep your scraps of your garlic heads, because those can go into your soup stock. Yes, believe it or not. All right, and then just repeat. So I do make 4 or 5 of these at a time. They hold up well in the fridge. And then you always have some whenever you make some French bread, or you want to add some nice roasted garlic flavor to anything that you're making. And then we're going to take our garlic heads, and I would probably put 2. So this garlic one is not good, so I'm going to pop that out now. Now you could spread that with olive oil, but since I don't use oil, actually, you know what? There might be room for all 4 of these. Okay. I'll throw all the little cloves in here that I can gather up. And just preheat your oven to about 350. And then just gather up the tin foil. We're going to just make a little tent for it. I want it to steam. Okay. We're going to put that in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour. We'll check it out about 45 minutes. And we just want it to be nice and brown and golden, and for each clove to be nice and soft, spreadable. Now that our potatoes are cooked, they're fork tender, I'm going to put them into a bowl. It depends on what you cook your potatoes in. I don't want to. You could use a masher if that's what you want to use. I'm actually going to use a hand mixer. And I'm just going to start just lightly mixing them. All right. So one of our secret ingredients, if you know me, going to be a little bit of miso. If you don't have miso, don't worry about it. That's just going to add a little umami flavor. We're going to add a little of our white pepper. I'm adding a little bit of no chicken bouillon. And I just use the refrigerator one that comes in the jar. Super simple. I'm going to add a little bit of soy milk. And then our guest star, which is our roasted garlic. You just want to pull out the bulbs. You can actually squeeze them out. They're so soft. I just want to make sure I get them all out. Leave no bulb behind. This is what's going to add the flavor. And I would probably do 2, depending on how big your mashed potato lot is, how many people you're cooking for, and how much you love garlic. So good, guys. I'm actually going to do 2. So I'm doing about 2 pounds of potatoes. Blend. didn't salt it because I salted the water, so I'm going to give them a try. You want to, and your garlic is pretty well going to disintegrate. Oh my God. I am going to add just a pinch of salt. I really don't need it, but I am going to add just a pinch of salt. My salt never comes out very well. Okay, and final blend. Put those beaters aside because I will be licking those later when I turn the camera off. Nobody wants to see that. But. And we're just going to put them in a serving dish. So this is a smaller serving dish, but this is just for picture's sake. Oh, it actually might work out just nicely. It looks like a small dish, but it's actually holding quite a lot of potatoes. So good. And since I'm eating these alone, I can lick my fingers. I wouldn't do that if people were coming over. And then I'm just actually going to add just a few bulbs of garlic, just so people know that they're garlic mashed potatoes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put my parsley on top, because these are going to be garlic parsley mashed potatoes. You can add your whatever other herbs you want. Chives would be really good on here, but I just have some nice fresh parsley. Just to add nice greens, just to pop it on the table a little bit. And to add that nice freshness. And then I'm going to add just a few cloves of the cooked roasted garlic, just so everybody knows that it's roasted garlic mashed potatoes. Don't know how they're not going to know, but see what I mean? I already used like 3 cloves of garlic. That's why you need to make lots. Make lots, everybody. Make lots. My kids used to eat this when they were small. They loved the roasted garlic. We would have it with French bread or a baguette. There we go. Guys, look at that. Garlicky mashed potatoes. Give this one a try. I promise you will not regret it one bit. Thanks for joining me again. And if you are enjoying these, please leave me a comment below. Give this a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell anybody. You don't have to be vegan to enjoy these, but guys, you don't have to. And again, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.